Hey everybody, welcome back to Rusty Wrench Restorations and this week's episode of Retro Restorations. It's where we jump in the time machine and go back in time to before I had my YouTube channel, and we'll look at some photos and do some narrating of tractors that I've done in the past. So this one here is really what I would consider my first tractor restoration. It's an economy Power King, and I used to be big into ATVs and three-wheelers and four-wheelers. And there used to be a place called Slades Park in Surrey, Virginia that I would ride at. Well, one day riding back with my trailer, I saw this economy Power King on the side of the road for sale, and I ended up turning around and go back. It intrigued me. Thought it was a pretty cool little tractor, and well, as the story goes, I bought it. So it was really the first tractor that I had here at my home, and decided to take it apart and restore it and kind of make it look new again. And I guess that's kind of what got the ball rolling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first tractor that I fully did a restoration on, the Economy Power King. So here it is on the day I got it home after riding out at Slades Park. In the background you can see a Speedex tractor in the front. That was kind of a tractor I had bought. It was already kind of painted up and wasn't really too interesting. I thought it would be because it was pretty simple, but anyway, you can see one of the four-wheelers in the background as well. But so here it is, rude and crude. It was really the first tractor that I bought to restore, and they have different models of these, and it kind of goes off of the rear tire size and then the horsepower of the engine. So this one I believe was like a 24/16, so it had the 24-inch rims in the back, or 24-inch wheels, with a 16 horsepower engine. I think they came in 12, 16, and 24 size rims, and the horsepower ranged anywhere from, I think they were like, it was everything from like 10 to 18 or something, you know. But that was kind of how they designated which tractor you had by the size of the wheels and the size of the horsepower of the engine. So got a quick little video here coming up of my son taking it for a ride when we first got it. And of course I dug right into it and started tearing it down. So pretty much just removed the wheels in this one. I mean, it ran and drove fine. Didn't have any issues with leaks or anything. Pretty much just took the wheels off and the seat and the tin work and everything, so I could, you know, really clean it well and get it painted. I think I ended up eventually taking the engine out and putting it back in. I may have left it, I can't remember, but I guess we'll see here in the coming photos. I did add a couple extra things to it. I did add hydraulic pump and a hydraulic tank so that the rear lift in the back would be hydraulic. And I had a couple of different attachments for it. There was a blade and I think a plow. Here it is, pretty much all wire wheeled down to get all the loose scale and paint that was flaking off. Here it is in primer. And finally painted. So I guess I did never take the engine out. There's a thing called a hogshead there. It's kind of in the middle of the engine and the transmission, and I think I remember it being kind of awkward to try to take apart. And again, look, going back now would probably be no problem, but the first tractor I had to take apart and restore, it was probably a little more involved than I wanted to do, and just figured whatever, it's fine how it is. So left it like that. So here it is. I'd bought new tires for it. If you go back to another retro resto I had of a Farmall Cub, you'll see these rims and tires on it. So I restored this Economy Power King, put brand new tires on it, and when it came time to sell it, I think I actually ended up trading this for the Ford 9N, which again, I have another retro restoration on that. but I wanted to keep the tires because they were new. I just felt that was a better way to make it a fair trade. So I took the old rims and tires off the Farmall Cub and swapped them with these Power King rims and tires. So you'll see in that Farmall Cub video they're silver and black rims instead of the silver and red, but ended up changing that when I restored it. Anyway, here it is out front. This is a picture of it with the SpeedX tractor. Again, I did not restore that tractor. I bought it like that. It was just kind of cool. I ended up selling that SpeedX to my buddy Duck. He still has that. And like I said, the Economy got traded off for the Ford 9N that I restored. And these are just a couple of photos of it here, sitting out in the grassy areas. It turned out pretty good, I think, for a first tractor restoration. Again, this is before I got into using spray guns and automotive paints and everything, so this was all done with rattle can. And yeah, I had it for a few months and then ended up letting it go. So they're pretty cool tractors. Some of the older ones are a little bit smaller. They're called Jim Dandies. It's still made by Economy, but they're out there. They're single cylinder engines, easy to work on, easy to maintain, tons of parts. There's Facebook groups and pages and cult followings for them and everything. So anyway, yeah, that was my first tractor restoration, the Economy Power King. All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. It's so funny looking back, seeing my son driving on that tractor before it was restored. But yeah, it was a cool tractor. Got me into realizing different parts vendors and availability of parts and everything, and met some good people online as well. So Economy Power King, pretty basic tractor. You know, does a lot for its size. Made a lot of implements for him and everything. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of Retro Restorations. We'll see you back next Wednesday.